Alright boys, so today we're going to be talking about Benett. I actually just recorded this entire video, but I ended up not recording my mic, so I'm just going to have to redo it. It's whatever. So, the reason we're talking about Benett is because of the new shop changes, right? So, in the Stargate Lotto exchange, you now have a whole month to acquire 34, which is I'm actually so mad. We did a single in that video, and I pulled a 4-star. It's pretty cool. We'll do it again. That's fine. But anyway, so this month you can purchase Benett, a copy of Benett, okay? And in this video I'll be talking about if I think it's worth it, if I think it's not worth it, in what circumstances I think you should buy one or you shouldn't buy one, and all that, right? So let's talk about what Benett even does, right? Why is he good? Why is everyone talking about him? So Benett has his skills, right? And he technically has 4 skills. He has a tap skill, right? Which has a 4-second cooldown. Then he has 3 stages of falling, right? So that's the second stage, right? The tap is the first stage, the hold is the second stage. And then you can hold it for even longer, and boom, you'll do 3 slashes and you'll get knocked back at the end. I have no sound again, but you know what? We'll take it. It's the start of the video. It's all cool, right? Anyway, I'm sorry, right? I'm all over the place right now. Whatever. So anyway, so that's his normal abilities, and his ultimate, I can't get it right now, but I'd rather just talk about it anyway. So shut up. Alright, so Benny Mara's ultimate, Fantastic Voyage. Benett leaps forward, plunging attack, dealing blah. Alright, and the important part, creating an inspiration field. Now in this inspiration field, if the health of a character in the circle is equal to or falls below 70%, their health will regenerate, and it scales with his max HP. Right, if the health of a character in the circle is higher than 70% HP, they get a attack bonus based on Benett's base attack. Okay, so right now it's level 2. It's giving him 60% bonus attack. Right, keep that in mind. If I were to level it up, 64. Okay, let's say I want to level it up again. Right, I'm just doing it for the video. I'll probably end up using him a lot more anyway. 70%. Right, so a lot. Okay, I don't know what the max is, but it's pretty good. Okay. You can do some insane stuff with it. Now, the thing about it is, though, the HP restriction is just kind of right? Also, if you get him to Ascension 4, right, I should mention this, in his Fantastic Voyage, his other skill, his E, has the cooldown reduced, and he will not be launched if you do it, right? But that's just Ascension 4, and the way you're going to be using him, you're not going to really notice the effect anyway, okay? But we'll talk about that in legit just a second. So, bad part is you have a HP restriction, right? Above 70% attack is above 70% HP is attack, below 70% HP is a heal. Now, that's not bad in itself, but a lot of times you may just want to switch into him, ult, go back to your main character and nuke, but your main character happens to be at 60% HP, so you have to wait until he's healed up, right? So that's why his Constellation is really important. Now the good thing is you only need his first one. You only need his first Constellation, right? Which now we'll talk about should you buy him from the shop. His first one makes it so it has no longer an HP restriction, you'll always get attack, and it gains an additional 20% base attack, which is insane. Okay, insane. You give so much attack to someone. Now, we'll talk about base attack in a second, but should you buy him from the shop, right? Because that's why a lot of people are clicking this video, right? So, yes. If you have a dupe, yes, buy him. If you already have Benett, yes, buy him to get that first Constellation. If you have the first Constellation, don't bother, right? You're fine. You really only need the first one. The fourth one increases his old level, but you don't really care, right? Fifth one is old level, and this makes it so you get a little bit more damage in there, but it doesn't really matter, right? The most important one is the first one, and these are just for him that you don't really care about. But anyway, so first one's the most important one, so if you can buy it, that is great. Now if you don't have Benett and you want to join in the Benett fun, right? Because Benett's an amazing unit, right? Definitely one of the best. Just because of his support capabilities and the funny nuke stuff you can do with him. What you want to do, or what you can do, is you can buy a dupe now if you're confident that you will pull him in the future. Now, I can tell you, right? A little bird told me that the next banners will not have Benett on them, right? Then that's all I can say, because if I speak more, then Mihoyo will get me. But anyway, so like I said, if you're confident that you'll get another Benett, I'm sorry, I'm moving around too much. If you're confident you're gonna get another Benett from your polls at some point, which is very likely, right? And if you don't mind the wait, and you're a whale anyway, okay, if you're a whale, then just pull Benett, okay? Come on, right? Spend some more money, but you shouldn't spend money on Genshin, right? Let me just make that clear as well. Don't spend money on Genshin. Buy the monthly pack, that's pretty much the only thing, and buy the battle pass. But anyway, okay, so if you don't have Benett, if you're confident you're gonna pull him and you're free to play, you can definitely go for him, right? Also, important thing, just a little thing, because a lot of people do this in the shop, never buy these. Never buy these Acquaint Fates or Intertwined Fates with your Star Glitter. That's just an absolute loss, okay? That you will not get anything out of it. Unless you know you're one single off a 5-star, you're guaranteed one, sure, buy one, right? Cool. But other than that, never buy one. You're losing out on so much, right? Let's pull. Let's do a single right now, okay? Because I'm gonna get a 4-star, maybe. I don't know. I just got one, so chances are pretty low. Okay, I'm not. But right now, I didn't get any Star Glitter, right? I only got Master Stardust. You get Star Glitters for pulling 4-stars. Now, I had a lot. I spent all mine already. Like a day before the shop reset, because I just wanted to get it out the way. Don't worry, I'll be at like 200 again. But anyway, so you can get 34 easily this month if you're free to play. I'm very certain you can, right? The game hasn't been too generous when it comes to Primo Gems, but I'm sure because of how Mihoyo reacts to the community response, they'll be fine. Like you should be fine. You should get 34 a month. I'm fairly confident you will. Okay. So I recommend, even if you don't have one, buy one, because honestly you'll end up pulling one, right? You'll end up pulling one, and it'll be great fun to have a Benett with one constellation, right? That's all you need, like I said. But anyway, let's get into his build and into his team. Now, build-wise, we established his ultimate wants you to have high base attack. Now, you don't get high base attack by having good artifacts, right? This attack is not base attack. This attack is not base attack. You know what's base attack? This is base attack, right? If you go to details, you see right now he has 379 base attack and 250 bonus attack, which equals 629 attack, right? So if I were to give him a better weapon, right, that's my Aquila Favonia, which I think I can't ascend up to 80 yet. Okay, I'm lucky. He has 960 attack, right? Because now he is base 619, because the weapon has a fire rarity and a higher level, so obviously it's going to give him more attack. This attack is also not base attack. Only this is base attack, okay? And the only way you get base attack is by leveling up your character, right? Sending him, or increasing the weapon level, right? Those are the only ways you can get base attack, which is why, let's go into his build. Weapon-wise, you pretty much just want to pick the highest rarity. The highest rarity you have and the best weapon. Now, we can look at some weapons in a second. So, his weapons, this weapon's obviously great because it has great base attack. Now the Skywriter Sword, I get why they're recommending it, but I wouldn't recommend it. It gives you energy recharge, right? And I mean, it has base attack obviously because it's a weapon, but if you have any 4-star, I would recommend it over the Skywriter Sword. Because, yes, the energy recharge is nice. Let's go to swords. The energy recharge is nice, but like I said, it's a 3-star, so its base attack is going to be a lot lower than a 5-star or a 4-star even, right? So 4-star wise, everyone has the prototype Rancor, which is going to give him more attack, a lot more attack, right? I can show you right now. This is level 50, 266 attack, a 4-star. This is level 60, 263. It's less, and this is 10 levels higher, and it's less attack. So therefore, I'm just saying, keep the just put the highest rarity weapon on him, because you really only care for base attack on him, right? The rest doesn't matter. Attack increases like this don't influence his base attack. This does not influence his base attack. So just use whatever highest rarity you have. that you can give him without ruining like your main DPS maybe, because like maybe you have Kaching as your main DPS and she has a really good sword. You don't want to give that to Benett. Just give him your second best option in that case, right? So weapon wise, just give him high base attack. That's pretty much about it, okay? Like honestly. And for artifacts, you either want to give him the Exile set, right? Because that one's pretty easy to get, or the Noblesse Oblige if you can afford it, because it just works really well. It gives you if you use an elemental burst, you increase everyone's attack by 20% for 12 seconds, plus giving them your attack from your ultimate. So you're just enhancing them by so much. And then in addition to that, the roles you want to have on it is energy recharge, and then HP and attack, right? Attack as a third one doesn't even matter. Like technically, you don't really like the attack on that one. Like no one cares. But you want to have energy recharge and HP. Okay, those are two roles you definitely want to have. So he has high HP, so his healing is crazier, and he has high energy recharge, so that you can get his ultimate quicker. Okay. Now let's talk about his teams. Now you can pretty much put him on any team, right? Let's say your main DPS is a pyro type, or your secondary DPS is a pyro type too. You can use him as your healer, as your support, right? You can also build him as a main DPS, in which case just go this bit, like just go the flute or the fillet blade, right? Just go like any sword DPS and give him the gladiator's finale, right? Or the lion's war, because that one affects especially if you have max constellation, you want to use him as a DPS. Use the lion's war because that one gives you damage when people are affected by pyro, which with your ult you'll on max constellation always have pyro, whatever. So anyway, because we're primarily going to use him as a healer support type thing, enhancer, enabler, you can run him on pretty much every team, right? If you have a if this was Barbara on your team and you have these 3 units, just put Benett on there, and Benett will do just as good. But if you have a main DPS that's fire, it works even better, because one, you get this neat little 25% attack boost, right? Which works really well with him. And then in addition to that, you also with your main DPS that's fire type, you'll generate fire elemental orbs, and those will feed into Benett. And get his ultimate even quicker. So with your energy recharge roll in one of your gears, you'll pretty much be guaranteed his ultimate every time it's off cooldown. Because his ultimate another thing I forgot to mention, sorry. When you ascend him, I can't show you, but he passively gets energy recharge as well. So he has 113 right now without having any energy recharge on him, right? I don't think any of these artifacts have energy recharge. That one's just a that, yeah. So why is this on him? That one's bad. Anyway, so yeah, both of these really good. But both of these sets really good on him, right? You can run both, and team wise, pretty much any team works with him, because he's a support. He can fill your fourth slot, and if you have a main fire DPS, he works even better. So I'd recommend having a secondary fire DPS. Also, the attack increase is just really nice because it just makes everyone stronger, right? Obviously, makes sense why attack is good. And then, like I said, he's a support and a healer. He will replace your healer for the most part. And so now with Ben on your team, you have your healing, you have your attack increase, you have a pretty decent team, right? You'll have your double fire because I've told you to run this. And yes, this is a okay. I don't want to say more free to play friendly. Hold on. I don't have the team anymore, but you can use jungling as your main DPS too, right? You can use jungling as your main DPS. And then you can use, because most of you will have jungling, I assume. Jungling Benett, right? Then it's Fischl, because Fischl is going to be free in the future, right? 1 copy, so Fischl. And then here, just another DPS you have, right? You can run your Razor if you have your Razor, right? Actually, probably not. But your Venti, right? You can run Kaya if you want the reactions and anything. You can run Mona. Mona works really well with him because you go into Benett ult, you go into Mona ult, and then you just pop someone with your main character and you'll do 1,000,000 damage, right? So if you have Mona, you can use her here too. But anyway, that's it for the team. Pretty much fits in anyone, like I said. Artifact wise, Noblesse Oblige or the Exile, and weapon wise, just give him high base attack, right? The effect doesn't really matter because he won't be using, he won't actually be going out there and fighting people like this, because he'll be a support DPS. You'll only smack the ground, put on the field, switch out again. So that's gonna be it for the video. Hope it made things easier for you to decide if you want to pick Ben or not. Hope it made it easier for you to understand what stuff to put on him and how to use him. And that's going to be it from it. Okay, ciao.